Wrestle Cast Podcast starts now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Cowboy Bob, and I am coming at you live from the Cowboy Bob compound right here at Wrestle Cast Podcast. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for stopping by today. We're having a special edition, special show. We're going to be talking about WASP Wrestling. That we got Spring Stampede we're going to be discussing. We got none other than co-hosting with me today, Luke Childers from the Bottom Line, and the exciting talent that's going to be at WASP Wrestling. So without further ado, let me get Luke in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? It is LJR, your WASP ring announcer. I also run the Bottom Line. I am Luke Childers. How are we doing tonight?
I'm sure we already got people watching off the gate, been waiting around. Why don't you tell them what you got planned for them tonight, Luke?
This Saturday night, this is all around it, but this Saturday night at 3252 Forge Creek Road in Mountain City, Tennessee, Wrestling All-Star Promotions returns to WASP Wrestling for Tennessee. Goodness gracious, I cannot talk. My brain has went. Spring Stampede for the first time in 2025. Wrestling All-Star Promotions returns. There was a little mishap last month. Some stuff happened. We were all praying for that man still. But this Saturday night, WASP Wrestling returns. And we have some of the talent here to tell us about their matches tomorrow night, who they're going to wrestle, who they don't know who they're going to wrestle. All this tonight on Wrestle Cast Podcast.
There you go. And I'll tell you what, we're glad to have Luke Childers from the Bottom Line here. You guys have got to go check him out. I mean, amazing talent he has on the show, including these WASP guys. Man, these talent from WASP, unbelievable. And I can't wait to dig into their minds and find out some juicy dirt right here on WrestleCast Podcast tonight. And by the way, let me just do this real fast. I want to throw up this poster. We're going to be doing this throughout the show. But right there, folks, look at this lineup. And that's just a few to get started right there. You know, it's going to be amazing. All the information's right there. Also, again, Luke just told you all about it. He's going to tell you. You'll hear it throughout the show, like I said.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be exciting, folks. It's going to be exciting. Excuse me. So I can't wait for it to happen. To tell you the truth, we got Nick Blackwell has joined the lobby there. So would you like to bring him in?
Come on in, Nick. How we doing?
Nick, hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Welcome to WrestleCast Podcast. Joining us with Bottom Line here with Nick Childers. You know, he's got some exciting questions to ask you, and I'm sure I'll probably ask you a few myself.
Sounds good, man.
So what made you want to get in professional wrestling?
That's a good question. I remember when I was a kid, I was just watching wrestling with my papa for the first time. I think it was the night after WrestleMania 22. John Cena, Edge, and Triple H were just sitting in the ring, and from that moment, I was hooked. You ask anybody that knows me, professional wrestling is me. If I didn't have professional wrestling, I don't know where I would be.
So what drawn you to, you know what, I love this sport. I'm going to get into this sport.
Honestly, just watching it, you watch the wrestlers and how they, you watch John Cena, how he commands a crowd as soon as he steps in the ring. Like, the drive to want that, the adrenaline you get from the fans is unreal. Like, when you go out there, you're right there before you go out to the curtain, it's, your nerves are getting to you, but when you step out there, it's like windshield mentality. The energy that they give you is insane.
Mm-hmm. So, what has been your experience traveling the roads and wrestling? How have you, let's say, dealt with the bumps, the bruises, all the stuff that's happened throughout your wrestling career?
Well, luckily, I'm only 23 right now, so, that helps. I'm not in my 30s yet. Just riding, it helps, when you ride with people you train with and you get on shows, the experiences you have in the car, just talking, those memories you keep and stuff. And that's a big thing for me. Like, when I go on a long trip, I'd like to have somebody to ride with, because we're going somewhere to wrestle. It's always good to have someone to talk to, because sometimes those nights are long. We wrestled in CrossFit last weekend, and I think it was 3.5 hour drive. So but it was a fun car ride. It didn't feel like a 3.5 hour drive.
I don't know if we can, Cowboy, if you're watching, but if we can we pull up Missy Childers' comment? She says, "Do you feel charisma is an important part of the wrestling business?"
Yes, I believe that any wrestler has to have charisma because that's how you hook the crowd, right? That's your hook, line, sink. You have to have something to appeal to the crowd, and if you don't have that, then I don't think you can do it. I mean, the crowd, you have to have the crowd.
Mm-hmm. So, what has been your experience with WASP Wrestling?
Man, I've learned a lot from WASP Wrestling. Actually, I started on Innovate Wrestling in Kingsport, Tennessee, trained at Net Pro Studios. So WASP was actually the first independent show that I got on that was besides Innovate and Net Pro. So it was kind of branching away from home, and it's been a good experience. I think the best thing I can say, like with WASP and everything, is when you go, like, it's such a family environment. All locker rooms are different. And I think that everybody in that locker room, it's a close-knit locker room.
So, last time you were there, you had a light heavyweight championship match with Josh Anderson. How do you feel that went? You were so close, but in the end, you didn't win.
I go back to that match. I was in control of that whole match. Actually, if you're not to go, I watched that match back just to, you study your film. And, I just made one mistake. I got too cocky in the moment. I felt like I had him beat, which I did have him beat. He, he just hit me with a move. He caught me. But the next time we step in the ring together, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah. So who would you want to face tomorrow night? You don't know if you're getting a rematch. You don't know what you're getting tomorrow night. Who would you want to face tomorrow?
Honestly, man, it doesn't matter to me. I would love to face Josh again because I want that championship. But I understand too, things happen. But if it is Josh, I'll be ready, and I'll be ready to take his championship. My biggest thing is I don't care who I face tomorrow because this is the start. The Wasp fans are going to see a new Nick Blackwell tomorrow. Everyone. They're going to see a new Nick Blackwell. They're going to see a new mentality. They're going to see something they haven't seen before. And this starts it. This starts the journey. This starts the road. I plan on racking up wins. You line them up, I'm gonna knock them down.
So where would you want to see yourself in WASP or in wrestling in the next 5 years?
Man, that's a good question. I think the simple answer would be, in 5 years, you would love to be signed to WWE, AEW, somewhere like that, right? But I would like to see myself, like, my goal this year is, I want to win a championship, and I'm going to win a championship, and I want to double the amount of matches that I had last year. Okay. I want to rack my experience up. But where I see myself in 5 years, man, to tell you the truth, I would love to see myself, I see myself going on. I think I have it. I think I'm going on to WWE, AEW, something like that. But if it wasn't like that, man, I would just love to, like, get matches around here. There's a lot of people that I'd like to work around here. A lot of people on the indie scene that I would like to work.
So what, if you could choose one wrestler who's passed on or alive today and wrestle them and your home, wherever you call your home promotion, they come into your house, who would that wrestler be?
Oh man, that's a good question. There's so many. I grew up watching John Cena and Edge. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes. So if I had like a dream opponent, honestly, I would love to work Cena, especially, it's Cena's last year. I would love to work Cena. I don't care if it's at my hometown. If I got to work somewhere in my hometown, because I've got to work Innovate Wrestling around here, I would love to see a wrestling show in the Buck Van Hust Dome at Dobbins Bennett. That would be a dream come true for me.
So what other promotions do you work for?
I've worked for, like I said, Innovate Wrestling. I work for Resolute Wrestling in Crossfield, Tennessee. I've worked for TAPW, Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. That's in Morrison, Tennessee. I think we wrestled a show for Tennessee Legacy Promotion in Knoxville. I wrestled also on ETCW. So I've been getting around, just trying to get bookings, man.
Would you ever want to try and get on the big one from Tennessee, JCP?
Oh yeah,
Joe
man.
Kazana Promotions.
Absolutely. My trainer, Dangerous Dan Matthews, he helps with that show. He does a lot with that show. He knows everyone up there. That would be to work the guys they got on that roster. They've got guys like Rabbit Rogue who help train and stuff. I would love to work him. They got the Kazanas. I got to work KC last year. I would love to get another chance at that. I've never got to, I've never met AJ. It'd be cool to go up there. They've got a slew of talent up there. I would love to be on that show at some point.
So where is your dream promotion? Where do you want to get in outside of Tennessee? What state would you like to, I would say, unlock to wrestle in this year?
Oh wow, man, that's a good question. I haven't really thought about a state. I know my dream place to wrestle, but dream promotion. If I could ever wrestle at the Garden, that would be a dream of mine. I have all, Madison Square Garden. Obviously you see it on TV and stuff. That would be. I tell everybody that'd be my dream. If I was at home, I have seen so many shows of, going to see Friday Night SmackDown up in Johnson City at Freedom Hall. If I could ever work that would be insane for me. I would love that. As far as promotion, are you asking like an independent promotion? Are you asking big promotion?
Like an independent or big promotion. It's up to you.
There's so many independent promotions. They said, I'd like to work Joe Kazana's. I would like to work, I think it's House of Wrestling. I'd like to work there. They just did that show for Chris Bay, the benefit. I would love, to even be on a card with guys that were on that. Like, that's insane. But if I had a dream promotion, it would be WWE, hands down.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any questions, Cowboy Bob? You're muted, boss sir. You're muted.
Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing good. It's nice to meet you. Who's one of the toughest opponents you've ever faced?
Oh man, that's a good question. Like I said, I faced Casey Kazana last year. That was a big one for me. He's definitely sound in the ring. I learned a lot from it. I took a lot of lessons from that match. I wrestled Ryan Austin earlier this year. That was a good one. It was a real back and forth match. It was really back and forth. I think like if I was to say like toughest, that would be one because that was so back and forth. We both went out there, gave it what we could. Ended up being a good match. I wasn't happy with the outcome, but I'd say if like toughest, that'd probably be it.
I got you.
That was actually at Elevate Pro Wrestling.
Okay. You ever had a rivalry that got too real?
I have not. I've yet to have one like that, and I hope that I don't have to have one like that.
I don't know if you want one like that.
I don't know, man.
Great stories.
Rivalries when they get real, though. I mean, you got guys that their career goes skyrockets after that.
What about, have you ever had a wrestler that got under your skin?
I've definitely had wrestlers get under my skin. I mean, everybody's different, and wrestling, like, you meet different people every time. You come across so many, what's the word I'm looking for? Not egos, but you come across so many different people.
Mhm.
So there's definitely been people that's got under my skin. Not really any that I've worked though.
Gotcha. Here's one for you. What's the weirdest fan gift you ever received?
I don't know if I've received any gifts, but I've definitely had people message me, and like, I believe, like, I have a wrestling page. You can like that, and you can see me at the shows and stuff. But like on my personal page, like, I'm not a fan of people like messaging me. Like, it's just, I think that's a boundary you don't cross, and like, so I've not had anyone give me a gift, but I've had people like message me constantly, and that's just like, it just messaged me like, hey, can you do this? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? And don't even really look at those because it's just pointless.
Missy Childers says Chris Thunder Anderson he gets under your skin, or does he get under your skin?
He definitely got under my skin when he was carrying that title. That's gonna be mine.
It's gone now.
I know, and he's
I should
lucky.
know. I had a concussion for 3 months when the dude who holds it now punched me.
I know, and he's
You had
lucky
those
that he
same
didn't have to
thoughts?
face me. He's lucky that he got Exotica, because if he would have got me, it would have been over before Exotica even could have touched it.
Wait, okay, all right. I like where this is going. Tell me about one of the biggest backstage drama you've ever encountered.
Oh God, man.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Hey, it
Oh,
ain't even got
man.
to involve you. You could have just been a witness to it. What? Give us a little something.
I've seen people about in fist fights and stuff. I unfortunately I wasn't at the show when they took what was it, the Dutch bus out of WASP, right?
Don't mention that on here. Please don't.
I was not at that show.
He watches all of these.
I've seen people get in fights. I've seen referees, like, a story that I've heard, like, I've seen people really just argue with each other. I've seen fights and stuff, but like, nothing too crazy yet. I'm sure it's coming though.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. What's one of the worst independent wrestling gimmicks you've ever seen?
Oh God.
Yeah. What's one of the worst that you said? Oh man, that just flat out sucks.
Zexy Z Collins.
Hey, well, at least you called him out. Thank you for doing that. We get the dirt right here, folks. That's the first person on Wrestle Cast Podcast / the bottom line tonight, brother, that somebody actually called somebody's name out. Could you say that one more time, Mr. Blackwell?
Zexy Z Collins. I know him very well.
I've had people call people out on my show.
Right. That's just right. I understand that.
I know this is the first time you got someone who's willing to actually speak their mind. I know it's good.
I need that. I strive for that. That's the whole point of we get the dirt. You can't say I'm gonna call somebody
and
out.
I'll tell you another one. I'll tell you another one.
Yeah. Why are you on fire? Go right ahead.
Josh Anderson.
Okay.
Because the gimmick of him being a champion has gone on far too long. Far too long. I'm going to show him what a real champion is.
Okay.
The next time we go, he's not going to be able to hang with me in the ring. He's not ready.
There you go. Let it out. That's what you got to do. You got to feel that intensity. Let's see here. I like that. That was good stuff. What's the biggest mistake you ever made in the ring, Mr. Blackwell?
Say that again.
What's the biggest mistake you've ever made in the ring?
Oh man, I've made plenty of mistakes, and those are the things that annoy you the most. I gotta. That one's a thinker. I've I'd have to get back with you on that one because I've had a lot of mistakes.
I think he means like drop someone, miss something, like went to
Oh,
pick up somebody and just fell or something.
You know, like you maybe botched a move or something.
Yeah.
okay. I went for this move that I had been working on. It's a blockbuster. Um, it was I thought it's kind of like Charlotte Flair's natural selection, but it's you jump over the guy, you flip over the guy, grab the neck, and they go down into a face buster. And I missed it. I missed it completely. I went and I watched it back on film, and I was like, I can't believe I just put that crap out there. That was awful. I watched it and I was immediately embarrassed.
I got that. All right, Mr. Childers. That's pretty much what I got right now.
What are your final thoughts going into tomorrow night in Mountain City, Tennessee? And then we'll let you get on with your busy day and training schedule, sir.
To anyone that's got to step into the ring with me tomorrow night, they need to understand that they're stepping into a ring with someone that is prepared and is a different person. The Nick Blackwell that you saw last year, you're going to see a whole different person. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for what I'm going to put on this year. I plan to take over WASP this year. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody on that card, top to bottom. I don't care. Line them up. I'm going to knock them down.
There you go. Man. Hey, that's strong words.
It's strong words, but it's words that I plan to back up. I have been looked over for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that pretty much says how he feels about hurting someone's feelings right there.
Oh, yeah. You didn't even hit the graphic.
Yeah, we didn't even get to shoot the graphic there. You know what I'm saying? I've got this segment on my show, Nick, and it's called I'm About to Hurt Someone's Feelings. Sound like you just jumped right ahead of us and took care of that.
There you go, man. Absolutely.
Hey, here we go. Hold on. We got Christian Lee jumping in here from School of Morton says, please take the title off Josh Anderson.
Oh, I plan to. Josh Anderson doesn't know. I am so ready for this match. I can't wait. If it's not tomorrow, whenever I see him again, he better be ready because it's going to be a fight.
There you go. Well, go ahead there, Luke.
I'm trying to invite someone who just messaged me to do it. So I'm trying to email him about this because that's how I need to send it to him.
I got you.
So if you'll give me 1 second.
Ivan M. Righteous has graced us with his presence right here on Wrestle Cast Podcast tonight / the bottom line. Says, well, look at here. Cheesecake is here. Yes, he is. He is in the building. Okay. You have any more questions for Nick?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Well, Nick, we greatly appreciate you stopping by, especially having a busy day and being a busy person as you are. Good luck Saturday. Have a great time. Be safe. And fans, don't miss it. Again, that is Spring Stampede. And I believe that is Mountain City, Tennessee.
Yes,
What's
sir.
that address?
Yeah, it is. It
is 3252 Forge Creek Road in Mountain City, Tennessee. Get it right, Nick Blackwell. Get it right.
I promise you cannot miss Mountain City, Tennessee because it's such a dump. Okay? I promise you can't miss it.
Okay.
Every time I leave,
but it's okay.
Every time I leave, I swear I smell like waste management.
But there you go. Thanks again, Nick. You take care. Be safe. And I hope plenty of fans come out there and watch that show this Saturday.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he was good. That was the first time he's got someone to give him dirt. That's the first time he's been on the WASP show. And if we've got any people from the WASP wrestling page or WASP chat or anyone, please hop in, say something. It's going to feel real good walking in tomorrow night, seeing all them fans again, seeing all this for the first time in 2025. Because, brother, I am itching to go see them.
Right. I tell you what, I've got this promo from these couple of guys. That's it seems kind of straightforward in what they got to say. I'm gonna play this promo. How about that right there, Luke?
All right.
All right, folks, check this out.
So then they have the bright idea of calling it Spring Stampede. What exactly are they stampeding up there in Mountain City? Like, I get it, the rats are the size of cats, but come on.
You think the rats are bad? You should see the women on the damn Lion King out there.
Gibsons, you got lucky last month. With that cancellation, that meant that you can keep that belt just a little while longer. But it's been too long since we've been fed, and we are getting rowdy.
You're damn right. We're getting rowdy. We've been cooped up. We've been going hungry. We're hungry for some blood. We're hungry for that 10 pounds of leather and gold. So if you're walking around, you got something we want, you better watch your back.
It's been months, but we haven't been resting. No, not while your doors are closed up there. We've been shedding blood. We've been training, loading our shells, and getting ready for war. So to every champion up in Mountain City at WASP, not just you Gibsons, everyone holding gold, consider yourself on notice.
WASP returns April 5th to the Forge Creek Community Center, and you better believe the big guns are back on business.
And business is booming.
Luke, that
is two scary gentlemen.
You know, that's what I'm talking about right there. You know, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, if I wasn't on vacation with the family, I would be wanting to come up there to Mountain City. Look here, Christian
I will send you pictures.
Thank you for doing that. Christian Lee says, good thing I don't have to see those Mountain City inbreds. Bless his heart. Hey, I heard that, Christian. Luke Childers, 3 things you have learned being an announcer in the Indies, coming from Ivan M. Righteous, is business is booming. Business.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's get them in here. Gentlemen.
Cowboy Bob.
Welcome to the show.
Hello. You there. What's going on, Jen?
Great to have you guys here.
Glad to be here.
Good. I'm going to let Luke start it off with y'all, and I'm going to drop down and let him.
Hold on. Don't drop down yet, Cowboy Bob. Okay. I warned you before we got live, before we had these gentlemen on, that I was going to let at least Xander explain his part of what he did to become into professional wrestling business. And I just want to see your face when he tells this. Because when he told me, it absolutely shocked my brain. So go ahead. The floor is on you, Xander.
So you want me to tell you my backstory of how I became a pro wrestler?
Oh, yes.
Gosh, it was about 5 years ago. So I walked through the doors of a former school. It was the old school at Morton a long time ago. And through blood, sweat, and tears, I did it for a couple of years out there. And my trainer decided to go to greener pastures. But between going from one school to the other, me and Charlie Knox over there decided to rent a boxing gym. And we did rope drills. We did all sorts of spots in a boxing ring because we had nowhere else to go. And there is one thing that can toughen you up in wrestling. That's bumping in a boxing ring. I don't recommend it, but it'll toughen you up pretty dang quick. So after that, we moved to Net Pro Studios. That's Net Pro Studios, 100 Emory Lane, Kingsport, Tennessee. And that's where the big boys play.
Now tell him your background before even thinking about wrestling, the karate side.
before I did wrestling, I did Hashiryo karate, I did taekwondo, aikido. I've done all sorts of fighting ever since I was a kid, literally. I've always been a big kid. I've always been tall, big, strong. Fighting has always been my thing. And I figured pro wrestling is, the next venture to conquer. So here I am.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I come from a martial arts background myself. So, yeah, that's a big deal to me. I love it. I was addicted to it. I took Taekwondo also. I took Jeet Kune Karate. I also took Kung Fu. And I also took Aikido. And it was just a passion of mine. I did it for over 30 years. And so, yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, how about this right here? Missy Childers says, hello, Pistols.
Hello.
We gotta love.
So,
Missy
what is your background, Charlie? What is your background before coming to wrestling?
My background before coming to wrestling, I'm a musician. That's my that's my longest held art.
Awesome.
So, what drew you to professional wrestling?
I mean, I've loved wrestling forever, since I was real young. And there was, I did like backyard wrestling and stuff like that, before I ever had access to a ring or a, boxing gym. Just about broke my neck a few times and, called that off for a while. And met Xander Hendricks, and he invited me to come train with him, and a few years later, here we are.
So, to steal a question from the man who just dropped down, who has been your worst opponents y'all have faced?
Worst in what way?
As in, y'all felt like y'all were going to end up getting hurt.
I mean, you have that feeling every time you get in the ring. That's kind of the whole name of the dance is hurt each other. Yeah. That's that's what we do. Yeah, I mean, who's been intimidating in that way? I would say we wrestled Crazy Steve and Dangerous Dan Matthews, who Nick had referenced before. Those are both guys that we train with or have trained us, and they're on another level. I'm like, I might die, but we didn't. We won actually, so that was cool.
So what is the match that y'all will feel once y'all have accomplished or had that will solidify the big guns? Like, there's one team that once y'all beat them, y'all feel like y'all are the top tag team in Tennessee.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we already are the greatest in Tennessee. I mean, they don't look as good as us. They're not as big as us. Yeah.
It's a matter of like, who's next? Like like we're solid. We are established. That's not in question.
So who do y'all want to face tomorrow night?
Well, I understand, Blade Gibson's not going to make it. We're due to take those tag titles. We're entitled to it, if you will, as the number one contenders.
Entitled to the titles, you say?
Yeah.
Really, they can put whoever they want against us.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. Why would we?
If you're not like, plenty of guys, plenty of people we like, plenty of people we don't. Any of them, we'd be happy to kick their ass.
Speaking of the Kazanas that Missy also mentioned, would y'all want to wrestle the Kazanas? KC.
That's a big boy match right there.
I think it'd be interesting in my history to have a match with the Kazanas. Right as I started, that's when AJ was really kind of hitting the road, and I would see him every weekend at a previous place I trained at. Mm-hmm. And he was kind of the face of the place, of that place.
Yeah.
And it would be kind of neat to have that match.
A full circle moment.
And me and Charlie were at the first ever appearance on a show when KC came out and said that he's going to become a wrestler. We were on that show, so it would be neat to come full circle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I did play in their music video, Missy. I saw that.
So, what is the singles match that you, Charlie? I've asked Xander this before because Xander's been on the show several times. What is the singles match that you would want in, we'll say, in independent professional wrestling? No, like big names. Who was the one person, just you and him, you would want to fight in a normal match?
Were you asking? Who are you asking?
Charlie, I'm asking you.
I'm sorry, bro. I thought you were still talking to Xander. All right. Who do I want to wrestle 1-on-1? Oh shoot, that's a tough one. There's a lot of really great people out. I would love to wrestle Colby Carino. I respect him in a huge way as a technician. That's the first one that comes to mind. I'm not working anywhere that he's working right now, but
that would be a really good match.
Yeah,
I feel like, I don't know why. I just feel like he would have to be like a very bad person in that match, and he would pull your hair. I feel like he would climb up your back clip, grabbing your hair. I don't know why. So I feel that's Colby Carino for you.
It's all been done. I'd like to see how things pan out.
So what is the tag team in the upper echelon of wrestling in TNA, AEW, WWE that y'all would like to face?
Outrunners or FTR?
Y'all wouldn't even want to face the, I would say, the tag team champions. Are they the War Machine or are they War Raiders now?
War Raiders.
War Raiders.
That'd be wild. That'd absolutely be wild.
Are you referring to the Fed?
Indeed.
So who?
I mean, FTR and yeah, that'd be wild. Honestly, that would be really cool. If there's somebody comes to mind for me, it would be cool to see who could boil the crowd quicker. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That would be interesting. That'd be a nice little experiment.
They would have to jump really high to do that jump in the ring stunner thing.
Oh hell yeah! It might just throw them off.
So where did the names come from? Where did the name Charlie Knox and Xander Hendricks come from?
That's what people call me.
That's on my birth certificate. What do you? My mom named me that.
I'm really talking about yours, Xander, award-winning wrestler, and then yours, Charlie, the one-man mosh pit.
Oh, those.
Yes.
Well, you first, Charlie. You first. I insist.
I mean, one-man mosh pit. That's ever since I was a wee lad, I was in the pit. Getting pushed around and beaten on. I ain't never been shot for it, man. That's a good time to maybe there's something wrong. But all that energy that you see, all that just that outpouring physically, that's what I want to embody. As a wrestler, I want to be that guy who goes in there and wrecks everything.
And he's back, ladies and gentlemen. You're muted again. You're muted again. No microphone.
So sorry about that.
There we are.
We got some comments I want to get through real fast.
I've been missing most of it.
I think Nick says champions without the championship shows you how bad the current champs are. Any comments on that, gentlemen?
I mean, I think he hit the nail on the head there. I mean, that's it looks like a champ and acts like a champ. It's a champ in my book. Only thing I'm missing is some, a big old belt buckle. Yeah.
Anybody
That comment sounds like double-sworded. It sounds like championships without the championship shows you how bad the current ones are. Like, y'all, he's trying to say y'all aren't a good team. That's what it sounds like to me. Or am I just stirring the pot?
Well, here's the thing. What if he is saying that? Because he could be, he could be. Nick, is that what you're saying? If you are, come out here and make us a comment and tell us. Are you saying that these guys, they suck? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, great. Now Blackwell's here.
Black knows what we're about.
You hear this?
He's not saying that we don't belong with the belt.
You see? He said, no, he's not saying that.
He's been even into this.
Scott has jumped in. The best tag team in the world. Love you guys, Scott Larson.
What's up, Scott?
Charlie Knox is my hero from Razo.
I know it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's right, Missy. He's stirring the pot.
I want to see a fight tomorrow night.
You're going to get one.
Nick says, heck no. No big guns run WASP. Big guns run WASP.
They run from people on WASP.
So y'all guys are right. Charlie, you were right. You were definitely right. Luke's got the big spoon out, like Missy said. He's stirring over here. But hey, that's what we do in the wrestling business.
Sure, man. That's all I got to say about that.
Look here. Somebody got Chris Thunder Anderson. Gets Chris Thunder Anderson. Yeah. Who is going to be popping up shortly, fellas?
Yeah.
Just saying. How about this? Blade has jumped in here. Blade Gibson.
Wow.
Appreciate you stopping by, Blade. Says Nicholas Blackwell. It's good to have dreams.
It's also good to show up to work tomorrow.
And by the way,
I'm going to get a strategitic thing.
Blade's going to be on Wrestle Cast Podcast next Tuesday at 7.
Show the graphic, Bob. I'll give you a drum roll.
Say that one more time, Luke.
Show the graphic.
There we go. Y'all folks, y'all see it right here. Doors open up at 6, bell times at 7. That's right. Spring Stampede, Forge Creek Community Center, 3252 Forge Creek Road in Mountain City, Tennessee.
Now, who's your guest for next week?
My guest next week is Blade Gibson. He will from School of Morton. He shall be on the show Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on Wrestle Cast Podcast. Live.
Yes.
Scott Larson says Blade Gibson is a young wrestling legend. Now, do you have any questions for him, Bob? You got any dirt you want to get from him? Because these boys will talk, I feel like it. Yeah. That's what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I like that amped up attitude. And so I do have a question for Hendrix here. Since you have the martial arts background, when you first started in wrestling, was it hard for you to adjust to not knocking the heck out of somebody or reacting to blocking and so forth?
The biggest thing for me was learning to make things bigger for a crowd. Because if I could take a step or two out of a process to put someone on their butt, I'd rather just do that. Right. Or I could grab a head, smile to the crowd, and work it. Or I could just thumb them in the throat and take them down. Yeah. But one looks a whole lot better on camera, and one's less vicious. So.
There you go. I tell you, when I first started training, I wound up blocking the lockup. It was just a reaction when they throwed them hands to block the lockup. Blade's got wow. What also
paragraph? Good gracious.
What's also good is actually proving you're hungry. Unlike you guys, I'm putting myself in front of the NWA and TNA because I'm hungry to be on the big screens, while you're hungry to just be on the indies. Oh, that's harsh.
That'd be a pretty big screen because he's little.
It is harsh. It's also ill-informed.
Mitch says, "Uh-oh." All right. Razzo says, Hendricks could easily be a world champion. You heard it here first. Charlie Knox is also single champion material.
I do want to take just a minute. I do want to, I will acknowledge Blade Gibson. He's a hard-working wrestler. He's a talented wrestler. It's not a matter of, is Blade a good wrestler? No. Or Chance, for that matter. It's a matter of who's going to win.
Talent can recognize talent, plain and simple. And there's a reason that you see him in lots of places and doing lots of things. So I will give him that.
There you go. Hey, they're giving you kudos right there, Blade. Good to hear that. Good to hear that.
I'll give you your due. I'll kick your ass. I'll give you your due at the same time.
Where can you get the mug you're drinking out of, Charlie? The fans are wanting to know.
BigGuns.com/Charlie Knox's mug. Use coupon code Xander Hendricks loves your mom for 10% off.
So what are your thoughts before going into tomorrow night's show? What are your thoughts? What do you want to say to your opponents, whoever they may be?
We're coming to wreck. Yeah, I mean they're gonna line them up. We're gonna knock them down. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna entertain you. We're gonna entertain ourselves. I think there's either gonna be one or two people who feel bad about it, and they're gonna be on the other side of the ropes.
Yeah.
Missy says that was all the niceness you will get from them tonight.
Yep. Possibly for the week. They saved it up. They saved it up since they knew about it. They saved it up. They saved all their niceness for a week and used it all on this podcast.
Well, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what. I've got this segment, and I definitely want to hear it from both of y'all. So let me do my thing and say this. This
yes, sir.
segment was invented by a gentleman named Roughneck. Me and him always have had beef. We still got beef. He's felt the chair from Cowboy Bob. He's going to feel it again. Anyways, the name of this segment is called I'm About to Hurt Someone's Feelings. And what we're going to do is me and Luke's going to drop down, and y'all two are going to hurt someone's feelings.
Bye.
So I guess somebody talk smack about him, right?
All right. Well, where should we begin? I think probably my focus is these tag belts down at WASP. That's my present focus. You wanna hurt some feelings over on that end?
I think it's kind of funny that so many times you hear the old adage of family comes together, blood's thicker than water. Oh, it's great that the trouble past between the Gibson brothers is getting patched up. That's great. But just going to turn on you again. That's all it's going to do. You get a belt, then you turn on each other. Then guess what? You got to work with each other. You got to see them every dang day. And there's nothing worse than working with family. Trust me.
You're talking about family comes together. I feel like out in Mountain City, that's not really anything special. Family comes together all the time. These people got 5 teeth and 12 toes. It doesn't mean that much.
Dude, family in Mountain City, they're like, their family trees don't even branch. It's one straight log that goes straight up. That's all it is. If they had a branch, it'd be the ugly tree stick branch. Who else do we hate out there? I mean, we don't have to dunk on them. I mean, there's tons of people that we don't like.
I mean, well, for instance, I don't know. There's a lot of general Mountain City vibe that it's low hanging fruit, but you can dunk all day. It's a very special place. They do have a good barbecue joint. Is about all they got.
They got that. They got pretty sizable rats. What else we got? Really, it's the barbecue and the rats. That's about it up there in Mountain City. About $1 for every tooth in the front row. There'd be about 75 cents. They'll split a brain between them. Geez, it's pretty bad out there.
Yeah, it's low hanging. It's real low hanging. I don't. Nobody else is on my mind who's feelings I ought to hurt. Not here.
Well, that's good. I'm glad y'all guys opened up and let that out. With that being said, I want to jump down here and add this gentleman to the stage, Mr. Chris Thunder Anderson. Thank you for showing up right here on Wrestle Cast Podcast / Tonight, the bottom line.
Well, this show finally got some class to it because I'm here. Just being straight.
Well, folks, y'all heard that.
Ow.
Hey, what else are you talking about? Like working on your GED still, or where are you going after?
Oh no, boys, I'm way past that. I mean, I've got a BS and BS, and y'all know it. So
yeah, you're full of BS.
That's right. You better know
Forklift certified.
And I'm going to beat it out of somebody tomorrow night. I have, if I get my shot back, nobody really knows what's going on tomorrow night. Just being honest, I think it's a secret right now. But that's fine because I promise you, if I get Commander Exotica in that ring, that belt's coming back to me.
Oh yeah.
I have waited this December to get my hands on him, and I promise you, tomorrow night, if I get my hands on him, I'm going to rip him thing.
I hope for your sake the money ain't right on our end.
And I hope for your sake it is. You won't get the jump on me again, boys. That's a promise.
All right.
It
We
was
learned the hour
strictly
run.
business.
Better use a bigger change, I like that.
Oh, hold on, folks. Hold on. Missy says, I think you owe them a receipt, Thunder.
Yeah. I pay my bills, boys.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. I love to fight you. That'd be just
You the
fine.
repo man? What are we doing here?
Hey, what tell you something? Hey, I agree with Charlie. I love getting rid of you boys. I mean, I've seen what y'all can do, and I'm a fan. I'll just be perfectly honest. I'm a fan. You remind me a lot of me. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty, and I like that about you. I think you'll be very interesting.
Would you
Nick
let
says,
that
get the Walker out.
That was a
Thunder is here.
mistake. That
Nick
was a mistake.
Blackwell's talking junk, Thunder.
Oh, well,
Blackwell's head
you know what?
is.
These young boys, they can say what they want to. I might be one of the oldest guys in WASP. I've also been the longest heavyweight champion, reigning heavyweight champion. I've also been more times heavyweight champion than anybody there. I've held every belt at WASP, so I'm a triple crown winner or whatever. I mean, other than the little light heavyweight belts that don't really mean nothing because they're for the kids that are coming up, and the kindergartners got to pay to watch somebody because the adults are watching the big ones, which are us. I will throw big guns in there. Fans come to see the big ones, and that's us. So Blackwell, you can say whatever you want to because I'm gonna tell you something, old boy. I might be a little older than I was at one time, but I promise you step in the ring with me, and it'll be like it was 20 years ago. Because that right hand right there ain't got no softer now than it was then.
Missy says, Nicholas better be careful. He will beat you with it. So, it sounds like.
His right fist is nicknamed DeLorean. He's going to take you back in time.
I like the way you put that. That was good. Oh, man. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to do. Help me out here.
I'm just gonna tell you, there's just a lot of pent-up frustration. It's going to come out tomorrow night. I'll just be honest. You know,
He's showing up, he's showing out.
Years ago, I used to walk into a dressing room in South Carolina that I would walk into, and the guys would come in and go, "What kind of week have you had?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Well, if you've had a bad week, you're not getting in the ring with you." Because that's, you know, if I've had a bad week, it's gonna be rough. Boys, let me just tell you a little secret. I've had a bad week for the past 3 months, so not gonna be pretty, regardless of what you see.
I look forward to watching it. I look forward to being part of it if I can.
All I know, it's going to be very dangerous tomorrow night.
I think tomorrow night's going to be a proving ground show. Listening to Big Guns talk, I think, you know, the Gibsons are in for a run for their money. Well, I should say the Gibson is in for the run for the money. I kind of agree with them boys. You know, Blade and Chance didn't get along there for a long time. They finally got things worked out, win the tag titles, and now it's kind of like Blade's kind of leaving his brother out to dry.
I get it. It's sad. It's a broken home situation. We see it all the time.
You know, I mean, I don't know broken home situation. I don't know. I just know that, you know, when you have a partner, brother or not, it's not good to turn your back on them, especially when you got something like this coming up. You know, title defenses are title defenses, and I get, you know, opportunities come and go, and you got to take advantage of what you can. But at the same time, you know, I'm sure you boys have been. I mean, we've had conversations. Y'all know, me and my old tag partner from years back. We traveled together. We wrestled together. We fought together. We did a lot of things together. And you know, we didn't turn our backs on each other when belts were on the line, especially. So I've been there.
It's bad business.
It's all about business most of the time, you know. And again, me sitting here agreeing with y'all is business, because I get it. And like you said a while ago, Xander, talent recognizes talent. I've been in this business for 30 years. You know, I've seen some guys come that had some potential, and I've seen some guys come that didn't have a lick. And you boys has got it. I'll give you credit where credit's due.
Appreciate it.
But at the same time, I will sit here and toot. I'm still top of the heap. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. You know, Chris Thunder Anderson has been in business for 30 years. He's 52 years old. He can't go. Step between them ring boards, step between them ropes, and watch me go. I don't have to go far, but I can still go. Now they quit asking questions. I guess we heard.
Well, welcome back to the Xander Hendricks podcast. It's great to see everyone. Never mind. He's back.
Sorry, I was trying to fix
I
something.
know that Luke knows. When I step into a dressing room, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna take it over. So maybe I'm taking over the podcast too.
My camera went out. I was trying to fix something over here. My camera went out.
We don't buy it at Dollar General.
I know. So, y'all have had your time in the sun. I'm going to ask him a question, and we'll come back to all three of y'all. Who do you want to face tomorrow night besides Commander Exotic? Because I know if you see him, you're going to beat him up. So, he's going to be escorted in and escorted out.
He might be escorted in, but he may get carried out. I'm just going to tell you.
So, who do you want to face tomorrow?
Him. Why would I not want to face the heavyweight champion of WASP? I mean, and number one, to just beat him up. Number two, to get my belt back. I mean, I'd be goofy to say who do I want to wrestle? Christian Lee? No. I mean, if I'm gonna hurt somebody, I'll hurt him in 2 or 3 minutes, and it won't take long. Then maybe move on to Miles On, who I've beat the snot out of for years. Me and Miles have a history and a long, outstanding feud. We feuded for the U.S. title. We feuded for the heavyweight title. And I've beat him for both multiple times, so no big deal. Nobody else seems – well, there's a few people come to mind, but I don't know that they're even on the roster anymore, especially the one dude, which, We
No.
kind of handled that months ago. So I mean, it don't really matter. I've never been a fan of knowing who I was going to get in the ring with before I got there because I don't care. And when you're confident enough to not care, then it don't matter who you get in the ring with.
So when you returned in WASP 2 years ago in September, what was the feeling? What was the build up to that? We've seen all the stuff happen with the Mad Faction. We've seen the fireball get thrown to Brady Hawks. We heard the call that Brady called you. What was it like creeping in the shadows? You showed up to their house. A week before the show, you showed up to their house and just disappeared.
I don't know that was me. I mean, it could have been me. It could have been somebody else. We don't know. But to explain that, yeah, Brady has been a long-standing friend of mine. We feuded then, and me and him have been partners, and we've been on opposite sides. Take nothing away from Brady Hawks. Great guy, wonderful talent. But he knew who to call when this happened. Had been to WASP in a while, and he knew that there was one guy that he could count on to come in and do what needed to be done. That was me. He made the phone call. I made the trip. But I'll be honest, and some people know this, some people don't. That night, I felt like two things were going to happen. One, I was going to walk out and blow the roof off the place because I'd been there in a while. And the flip side of that was these people are going to remember who I am. Because it was my first time in Mountain City, even though I had wrestled. I've wrestled for WASP for 20 years. As long as it's been around, I've been a part of it. So being new to Mountain City, I was a little bit worried, but walked out, and it was just like coming home. I was very happy with what happened, and of course went through my back and forth with Tier. Probably the first guy to slam Tier at WASP, as far as I know, and went on to beat him for the heavyweight title and win that back for the ninth time.
Yeah. So you had a match the night of the incident. You had a match with these two gentlemen up top ahead of you with Brady Hawks, as you mentioned. It was a double. It was a chain. Was it a rope? It was a bull rope and a chain.
Right, man.
Yeah.
And yeah,
to the point to where you ended up hanging. That's what I was about to mention. You hung him by his feet upside down. So how did you feel in that, Xander, having your feet tied upside down, cannot get up to hear your opponent take your partner take the pin to lose?
Not to give away anything for the business, that was all AI. That was not me. Plain and simple. If you do think it was me, then it hurt and left a lot of rope burn.
I would say AI down below the belt still hurts.
Yeah.
I think that the one thing that probably the three of us could agree on is there were a lot of rope burns in that match.
You had one for like 2 months. It was right here, didn't you? Because I remember seeing that when you wrestled Commander.
That was where Charlie lassoed me.
Yeah.
So what is your fun memory with something with them or hearing stories about them that they've told you when y'all talking before all this stuff has happened? What has been your favorite thing or favorite story with wrestling?
You talking about in general? Or?
Yes.
Oh gosh. I guess one of my favorites. I can't really pinpoint exactly a favorite, but one of my favorites is probably the first time I was ever really around Barbarian. I'd met him a time or two, but never really shared a dressing room with him about that. Not that I did share a dressing room with him, but the first time I ever worked with him. And just listening to him, if anybody don't know who Chad Brock is, old for some people. Ted Brock was a country music star at one time, 15, 20 years ago. But anyway, he also went through the power plant and was a wrestler for a time before he got into country music. And to hear Barb tell stories about them doing TV, Ted Brock being a part of TV, and, out of the power plant in like WCW Saturday Night and stuff like that. He told a story about they did TV one night. There was 4 tapings that they were doing, and Chad had to wrestle him and me. And he wrestled Kevin Sullivan, and he wrestled Chris Benoit, and he wrestled Buddy Lee Parker, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, who was one of the head trainers of the power plant at the time. And during all those matches, everybody beat the soup out of Chad. But to hear Barb, and then the last match he had with Sarge, and Buddy Lee was beating on Chad, and Barb said the entire time, Buddy's going, "Fight back, Chad, fight back!" And to hear Barb tell that story is just the funniest thing I think of. That one, and him telling about working with Jimmy Valiant for a year, and how Jimmy would come out and they would hit Jimmy's music, and him and Paul Jones would be standing in the ring, and Jimmy would come out and they would play his music through twice. Jimmy would kiss everybody into place, get in the ring. He would charge him, duck the clothesline, put him in the sleeper, and that was it. And he pretty much was like, "That's the easiest money I ever made for a solid year." And they went to every town and did it. And it's just one of those things that stories like that really stick out to me. The fun that can be had in this business with the boys. The matches are great. The matches stand out a whole lot. I've had several matches that really did stand out in my mind. But I've worked with guys that Xander and Charlie probably do the same thing. We don't always admit it, but there's a brotherhood in wrestling that if you truly care about each other, you just beat the crap out of each other. If you really care. If you don't, it's not as bad. You might beat the crap out of somebody, but you don't care. There have been guys I've been in the ring with where we beat the evil snot out of each other and go to the back and go to the ball house with those. That's just kind of how it is. And I respect it tremendously. Some of those matches will always be a part of me. In one way or the other, whether it's I'm missing stuff or I carry knots and bruises forever. But just stuff like that. That's just kind of where I'm at. And being around the board. I like being around the boards. I like, like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years. And I think now my place in this business is to teach. I try to share what knowledge I have. Some people take it, some people don't. And that's okay. If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. But you can rest assured, if you ask me again, I won't tell you so. I won't tell you nothing. I ain't trying to do nothing to help nobody. I'll tear you down. Too bad, unless I need to. But, if I tear you down, I promise you I'm going to build you back up. But you got to be there to do it. You got to be able to take that criticism. Sometimes it's harsh. And I came into this business, like I said, a long time ago when that's how it was. Veterans would let you have it. If you screwed up, you got to tell them. Now, everybody gets their feelings hurt if you look at them wrong because they missed a spot or whatever, and you tell them that. It's like, "Oh, you tell me," and they go cry in the corner and won't come back with emotion, or tell everybody that well, he's mean to me, underneath, whatever. I'll go ahead and say Bob a second, and I'll hurt somebody's feelings right now. There was a kid a long time ago. No name this time. That it took him a long time to reach out and tell me that I hurt his feelings. 6.5 years later. Come on. But stuff like that goes on. You come back there.
Well, eventually we're gonna get some names because we're gonna have Chris Thunder Anderson back on Wrestle Cast Podcast as a single by himself. And
Hey, I see your basement.
we're gonna get
I know.
we're gonna get some dirt. It's gonna happen.
We're gonna see some dirt. He dropped the
You see
curtain.
some dirt right now. You did your job, Bob.
That was my dog.
You have one job.
So,
It's one
Thunder,
job,
what was
sorry.
the
One
worst
job.
scar you've ever gotten? With professional wrestling, what's the worst scar you've gotten?
The worst scar I've ever got?
Yep.
That one. I forget what side it was on. Right there.
How'd you get it?
18 stitches. I got hit in the head with a piece of aluminum ductwork. The corner was sharp. Laid my arm open like a fillet knife. 17 stitches, 4 inches deep.
You finished the match.
I didn't know what happened till after the match was over.
Well, there you go, folks.
That's
The guy
normally how it is for him.
standing in the dressing room. Guy walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, Thunder, something's wrong with your arm." And I look and there's blood from here all the way down my arm. And it was just flowed over.
And that goes back to something that I talk about on Wrestle Cast Podcast, and that is, folks, when fans say things like wrestling's fake, wrestling's fake. Well, let me tell you something. Wrestling ain't fake. You get in there and you take a big risk of getting hurt. And if you ever jump the guardrail instead of enjoying the show, you're going to find out how much wrestling isn't fake.
That's always
Because these guys have all the right in the world to take you out if you jump the guardrail. You're fair game at that point. So stay behind the guardrail, watch the show.
Had to have.
The man just showed you a scar.
Oh,
He just showed you a scar. 18 stitches. Folks, we got a couple comments. Brady Hawk's big announcement tomorrow night from the Southern Express. Yeah, we got that going on. We got Nick Kern. We got
Nikki Chooch.
Nikki Chooch. That's right. Kiss the ring. Tell the big guns to put some bass in their voices.
We got enough bass in our steps there, Chooch boy.
I got your bass right here. You move.
He said you need more cowbell.
Well, that's what the Southern Express is for.
That's how they call their women.
Ready? You heard the man.
Let me tell you one on Brady. Me and Brady. So we were at another promotion. We were in a bunkhouse stampede match. Everybody knows what that is, right? So the great big fight. And Brady had his bull rope with him, and he's using the cowbell on people, and I'm just beating people up. And this guy comes in the ring, and I grab one end of the rope, and Brady grabs the other, and we shoot him in the ropes, and he comes across, and we started turning the rope, and this goof starts jumping a rope in the middle of the ring. Over the bull rope. And as the bull rope comes around, he turns around and it hits him in the face. Busts his teeth on him. And he rolled out of the match and left. It was hilarious.
that happened twice in that match.
Yeah, it actually happened twice. Brady right back with the bell and hit the same guy in the face first. And hit him in the face. And Brady was like, "Oh, God, I hit him in the face." And then we did the little thing with the jump rope, and it hit him again. And he walked into it. And bam, just hit him again. And he just left.
Folks, Nick's got a comment. That's not a question.
What do you mean?
What?
That's
Not using his mom for a full tank of gas.
Nikki Chooch don't wear his seatbelt.
Thunder said you don't wear your seatbelt, Chooch. Oh, man.
Lord. I don't know what you're asking for, but I believe you'll get it.
Oh, here we go. He's got more. Hendrix used to be related to Jimmy, but they kicked him out of the family because he couldn't grow an afro.
That's a big talk for a man in a bowling shirt. I've seen your promos.
And all of y'all guys are going to be seeing each other this Saturday at Spring Stampede. Mountain City, Tennessee, folks.
Can you only imagine what that's going to be like?
Kelly not wearing a
goodness.
seatbelt.
It's insanity. Look here. Currently not wearing a seatbelt. I like to live dangerously. He said he's not wearing a seatbelt right now, Thunder.
Hey, wait, Chooch. Is that? Do y'all hear that too? Is that Johnny Cash?
You know,
That's the inside
living
joke. That's the
living
inside
dangerously in the wrestling business, it's something really, really serious because one of these days you're going to do something really dumb and you're going to wake up and see Bret Hart and Chris Benoit.
Lord have mercy. Bret Hart died?
Hey, Chooch, from one New Yorker to another.
Owen, whatever. Same guy.
Nick says he's got style, Thunder. He said he's got style. But check it out. We're getting graced with Brian Cummins right here on Wrestle Cast Podcast. Said, good evening, guys. What's up, Thunder? Long time no see, big man. Brian Cummins right here. Better known as Brian White.
So I'll tell you the inside joke about the Johnny Cash thing.
Oh, goodness.
He told me one time, every time he sees me, he hears Johnny Cash in his head. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad, and I don't know what song he hears, but it might be a boy named Sue with him. They ain't no telling, but that's what he said.
I'll tell you what. Scott says, I cheer for Chris Thunder Anderson because I like my team. Brian said, Scott Larson. Well, you know the rest. I try to keep it G-rated for Missy. And Luke Childers right here because he don't allow no cussing on his show. And he is part of the podcast tonight with the bottom line, folks. Nick
Charlie's in, don't act surprised. You know this.
Hey, Nick's laughing, and he says he just killed Bret Hart.
Well, his career is dead thanks to Bill Goldberg, so, you know, it's whatever.
Right. Hey, listen, I don't think it's as much Bill's fault as it was Bret's. I mean, I love Bret, don't get me wrong, but I think he just ran into the foot a little harder than he should.
There you go, folks. Brian says, I've seen him kick ahead when I reffed his matches back in the day, Scott.
Yeah, there ain't much change. I'll still kick you in the head if I need to.
There you go, you know. It goes back to wrestling's not fake, fans. Enjoy the show. Stay behind the rail, I'm trying to tell you.
So I'll tell you another story.
Can I interject with something real here that kind of calls back to what we were talking about before?
What's that, Knox?
All right. Y'all could probably gather between the way that we've been talking to each other. Big Guns, Thunder Anderson, we don't have any real problems with each other as men, as people doing business. And I just want to put this out there right now that, Exotica, he put some money our way and we did business. You understand this. I just want to extend the offer that you could also put some money our way. And if it's more than he's offering, things will favor you.
There we go.
I'm not saying you can have it.
Nick said Bret ran out of milk in his fridge this morning. And it was Bill Goldberg's fault. Lord have mercy.
Funny story. My original father ran out of milk, and I never saw him again.
Oh, my God. That was good. Freddie Hawks says we had a run in with a goof last year. Anyone remember that?
And you're looking at the three guys that got rid of that goof.
Blackwell said money talks. Now the comments are coming in, folks. Scott says Chris needs to get that heavyweight strap back. No joke. And Missy said, don't kill the biz, Charlie.
Business, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, there's a thing called mutual respect, like we talked about earlier. Talent recognizes talent. And,
yeah, I say that myself. It's a fact.
Sometimes the mentality has to be, if you can't beat them, join them.
That's also true. Mrs. said, yes, we do. Luke, questions? Any questions? You got questions for these gentlemen?
I got a question. What size hat do you wear?
7 1/4.
758.
My head's
I
bruised.
was with him when he bought that hat.
Oh, you talking about him? But we got Brian says, you were always a class act to me, Thunder. I learned a lot from you when I was reffing. Now that I'm out of the stripes, I see a lot of what you used to talk about in back on Whitney Road.
Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate that. You know, Brian's one of the few guys that did listen back in the day. You know, and I mean, like I said, you can take what I say however you want to take it. I don't, you know, if I recognize that you got talent, I try to help you all I can. If you don't want it, then that's fine. I won't waste my breath. But I feel like that's where, you know, I hate to say us old guys, but veterans of you know, 15 years or better, that's our place. We need to help bring these talents along. And yes, I've talked to big guns a couple times and just told them stories. You know, of what me and Blake went through, not Parker Blake went through, not me and Blake Gibson, because we ain't never done that. You know, but anyway, I hate people used to wear the name Blake. My partner was named Blake. He's the only Blake I ever heard about. But anyway, but we traveled together. We were together for 8 years, and we went all over the place together. And fought anywhere and everywhere. With anybody that came in the ring with us, it didn't matter. We never shied away from anybody. And so, you know, to see the folks like Xander and Charlie, just be sharing stories with them. I hope it helps them. You know, if they may walk away from me with just good with us. And that's okay too. I mean, they ain't the first one they probably that. It won't be the last one. Like I said, you learn more sometimes sitting in the dressing room just listening than you'll ever learn anywhere else. And I'm a fan of that because it don't hurt as bad. But if I have to get you in the ring and teach you myself, then I'll teach you. I ain't shying away from teaching valuable, on first-hand, hands-on lessons.
I got you.
I'm a little better at that sometimes.
Check this out. Jeff Baker says, I just want to know why the guns, he said the big guns have been ducking the faction for a year now. What y'all got to say about that, fellas?
That is something that I definitely want to take on.
Oh, we ain't been ducking nothing, buddy. Y'all walking under us if anything's going on.
Find us.
To wrestle the faction.
They ain't got no problem wrestling with y'all guys. They down whenever. Get somebody to book it. They'll make it happen. They'll be there.
That's a talented team. We put on a hell of a show.
Missy says it's getting late. These people might want to go to bed. They might, or they might not.
I do
Because
this
it's just
all
getting
night,
bigger
lady.
and it's getting better and it's still growing. Hey, look here. Scott Larson said the best thing since the night. Let's show some love to the WASP Facebook page. Go smash that like button, guys, so you don't miss any of the info about the awesome company. And that will tell you the dates. It's going to tell you where they're going to be and the time and the address and everything. You're going to get the exciting promos these gentlemen put on and take the time. Don't forget what I always say. They're working hard. They're in the gym. They've got their own family stuff going on. And then they take the time to go out and put on an exciting show for y'all. Support them. Support your independent wrestlers. They deserve it. Brian says, I got 2 questions, actually. What would you like to see more of in the indie wrestling in the Carolinas and less of?
Choose that too.
More big guns, less indie BS.
Well, you know, with that being said, I tell you, we'd like to see y'all guys down here in the Carolinas too. That would be great. Some guys definitely need to book y'all. Some promotions need to get out there and book these guys, the big guns. Amazing tag team up there, Wrestle Cast. Like I said, at Spring Stampede this Saturday.
I think what I would like to see more of is stuff that makes sense, and less stuff that don't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So to some promotions, and my wife's probably going to run back in here and slap me in the head for saying this, learn to work.
Oh my goodness! Hey, folks, I got to throw this one up there. Proud to have here. It's Matt Burns in the house, folks. What's up, guys? Matt Burns in the house. Thunder's his hero. I tell you what, we love Matt Burns. And Matt, I'm gonna tell you, we need to get with you and your partner. I know you just recently retired, and congratulations on an amazing career. We'd love to have y'all on Wrestle Cast Podcast at least one time before you shut the curtain. I know you've already done the thing, but I'd love to have you guys on. I want to throw that out there, folks.
Well, let me tell you a funny story about Matt. So it ain't really, it is about Matt, but it ain't about Matt. So the first time I ever worked, me and Blade ever worked him and his old partner. They were known as the Beautiful People. And his partner was a pretty big boy, 300 or so pounds. And nobody told us there was rules working them. So we're in the ring, we're wrestling around, and I'm beating on him pretty good, and he comes around, and I just pick him up, body slam him. Didn't think nothing about it. We went on, we won the match. Go back to the dressing room. I walk in the dressing room, and everybody's patting me on the back, slapping hands with me, and everything. And I'm going, what in the world's going on? And then finally, somebody comes up and says, that guy don't like to be body slammed, and he don't let nobody do it. And I said, well, if you hook them right, and I won't say it on here, I don't talk about that anymore. But I said, when you hook them right, they'll go anywhere you want them to go. And, so I guess, and Matt may remember that, but he didn't like, his partner did not like to be slammed, and I slammed him. And whether he wanted to go or not, he got slammed. And I was younger then, and stronger then, and bigger then, and that probably had something to do with it too. But, to me, that was always just, if he didn't want to be slammed, I slammed him. And then the very next show, when we got him in the ring again, my partner slammed him. So we made it a point to both of us slam him that night. So we just turned into a real. We're just going to slam him every time.
Gotcha. But we're going to take a little bit more questions right quick. Missy says, I heard you guys were coming May 10th to a show, correct?
You talking to us?
Hold on. I missed a couple. That's my fault. And definitely, Mr. Burns, I will definitely get in touch with you. Mr. Baker says there are very few established tag teams that stick together in this area, boys. We see you. Let's get it. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Brian said, agreed. Let's make storytelling great again in wrestling. Scott says, if you don't want the dirt, don't ask Thunder. I heard that. Brian says, I do death match and even tell a story when I work it. Mr. Burns says, shoot me a message. I'll definitely be in touch, brother. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Missy says, he said, yes, the big pistols. Love you guys. That's awesome. Luke, do you have anything else, brother?
Other than tomorrow night, WASP Wrestling brings to you Spring Stampede at 3252 Forge Creek Road in Mountain City, Tennessee. No, I do not, because I am so excited to drive the 2 hours to get up there for tomorrow night's show.
There you go. That's awesome. That's great news. I want to throw this banister right back up. Look at this flyer, folks. There, like he just said, the doors open at 6, bell time's at 7. Hey, you can't beat these prices. Adults are $10, kids are $8. Kids 5 and under are free for exciting pro wrestling right there at WASP Professional Wrestling. Spring Stampede. He just told you the address. I tell you, y'all guys got anything else? Big Guns, Thunder, anything else?
See you boys tomorrow night.
It's going to be a fun day, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen that are watching out there that might be on the fence for actually wanting to go see live professional wrestling, Whatever you see on TV, we're twice as better, twice as fast, twice as hard. We'll sell you a ticket. It's going to be for the whole chair, but you're only going to need the edge. Come on down and see the big guns in lovely Mountain City, Tennessee.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Missy did say, I heard you guys were coming May 10th to the show, correct? And she also said, don't ask Thunder any more questions. She said, I told her, I always said I'd read her comment. She's right. Scott says, Luke, how does it feel to be the only adult on the panel? Oh, Lord, Mr. Larson.
I don't know.
I didn't say it. Don't shoot the messenger. I know y'all got the big guns. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. Everybody's speechless. Let me say this. I want to thank Luke Childers from the Bottom Line, co-hosting tonight, talking about WASP Wrestling this Saturday. Again, Spring Stampede. I want to thank the big guns for showing up, Thunder for showing up, Blackwell for showing up, Mickey Chooks for making his comments, Matt Burns, and the rest of everybody else out there that showed up tonight for Wrestle Cast Podcast. Man, thank you all. We greatly appreciate it. And it's like I always say, man, if you got plans, you're going to want to break them because Wrestle Cast Podcast, that's the place to be.
Won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission.